Hi, everybody. Steve Rich here with R Marketing. I've got some great stuff to talk to you about today. I have a couple friends of mine who were very concerned recently and frustrated that over time they've shared their branding. They've got the word out about who they are and what they stand for and what their branding is. Yet they feel like the amount of attention it's got, the amount of referrals they got, has faded off. And they were concerned. They said, Steve, what do we do? What can we do? And so we want to talk today about TOMA. TOMA. TOMA, top of mind awareness. So it's right there on top of my mind. How do you maintain top of mind awareness? And there's just a couple things that you need to do regularly to make sure that stays there. So here's the first thing is I want to talk to you a little bit about visibility and consistency. In the real estate trade, there's a study that says that most people, once they buy a home with a realtor, most people are pretty happy, and they would say that they would buy an additional house later on with that same realtor about 80% of the time. 80% of the people would say that they would do that again. Yet when it comes down to it, a few years later when they do buy a new home, only about 17% really do. Why did that number drop so dramatically? Well, it was because those realtors didn't stay in contact or didn't stay in front of or didn't stay visible to the client. So whatever your business is, you've got to do the same thing. If you're a part of a networking group, or if you're part of a club or an organization or a chamber group or whatever it is, you've got to be present enough that they remember you, and that you've got to put your message out there and consistently enough that they remember that. Or even though they might have had a great experience, the emotions, the feelings, the awareness of what your brand really is fades. So be visible and be consistent are the first thing you need to do. The second is there is so much information out there, so many things. You got to stand out. You got to be unique. You got to be different. You got to be fresh. So spend a little bit extra time brainstorming. How can I get this message that will be different than my competitors? How can I do something that will stand out and be remembered? And part of that you can do is something called the emotional connection. So before COVID hit, if you were driving down the street and you saw a bunch of little kids out selling lemonade at this lemonade stand, and you said, okay, wow, that looks good. It's a nice hot day. Looks like they've got some fresh lemonade there. It's cute. They've got their little signs up and they're got their little business going. And just before you were to go buy that lemonade, you saw that right on that same corner was a vending machine with lemonade. Where would you buy your lemonade? Well, most of us would buy it from the little kids, obviously, because that's just fun, that's cool, that's neat to see their faces and see this little business they created. But you ask yourself, what if the vending machine lemonade was a little bit cheaper? That doesn't matter, right? What if it was more nutritious? Still doesn't matter. What if they spent more on marketing? Doesn't matter. None of those things matter, all these little extras, because you've already made the emotional commitment to buy the lemonade there. If you pull this back and look at that same way with your business, if you can make the emotional connection early, then it doesn't matter if a competitor comes in and is a nickel cheaper than you, or has one added ingredient that you don't have, or something along those lines, because they've already bought into what your brand means and what it delivers and what it's all about. And so they've made that emotional connection. So you need to do that early. And how do you do that? Is being resonating with them, come and understanding what their pain points are, and then doing what you can to solve those, and then communicating that you can solve that in a very simple and easy manner. So it's easy for them to remember and pass on. So also some of the things that can help people remember you once you've done that is some of the fun things like slogans and jingles and, the way you do your logo and rhyming and those type of things. All those things can be added in as long as they're creative and fun and stick with the message and the overall branding position that you put yourself in. So here's my advice to you: to stay top of mind, figure out an easy way for you, but a consistent way to stay visible. Phone calls, networking groups, in front of the public and marketing, those type of things. Secondary, make an extra effort to be unique and fresh and different. And then the third, make the emotional connection. If you can do those things, I guarantee you'll be top of mind. And how do I guarantee you? Is because I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen the people that just take that little bit of extra devotion and see their business continue to grow and sell over years throughout time. So that's the marketing message for today. I'm Steve Rich with Our Marketing, and tune in next time. We'll have another marketing tip. Thanks. Bye.